Here's our comparison of Toph Beifong versus Toph Beifong. Yeah, that's right. We're taking a look at the differences and similarities between this Toph and this Toph. We'll start with her fighting style. You'd think that her fighting style, being so rock-like, never would have changed. But you'd be wrong. When we first met Toph, she was already an earthbending master. And seemed pretty rigid and unchanging. She did have some growth when it came to style, largely thanks to her ability to metal bend. While, yes, she did learn this ability during Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Even metal is just a part of Earth that has been purified and refined.
Come on, metal, budge. Woo! Toph, you rule.
She was still new at it, but by the time of the Legend of Korra, she had developed the technique into a brand new, full bending style, as robust as traditional earthbending. Which led her to develop some more fluid techniques, in addition to her more rigid techniques of her regular earthbending. Next, let's look at her teaching style. It's pretty rare that someone can say they were able to teach two different avatars in their lifetime.
Pathetic. Of all the avatars I've worked with, you're by far the worst. I know that's only one other avatar, but still.
But Toph was able to do just that, which means we got to see her teaching style evolve throughout her life. While it started out with a sort of unyielding, tough love style, complete with drill sergeant-like tactics,
Keep your knees high, Twinkle Toes!
by the time of the Legend of Korra, she had more of a sort of unyielding, tough love style, complete with drill sergeant-like tactics.
Tell me what you did wrong.
Well, I was thinking that you were gonna—
Exactly. You were thinking. Go again.
Hey, if it ain't broke. In both cases, it was this style that helped mold her pupil into the hardened and unyielding benders they became. Another similarity that young Toph shared with her future self was that bitingly blunt attitude of hers.
I wanted to apologize for earlier. I think we're all just a little tired and getting on each other's nerves.
Yeah, you do seem pretty tired.
I meant all of us.
Thank you!
You want to hug something, go hug a tree.
But it's where that attitude led her that made a major difference. In Avatar: The Last Airbender, her no-nonsense and rather straightforward personality led her to sort of rallying against authority figures like her parents, and even society who wanted her to be prim and proper.
Toph, when I was in town, I found something that you're not gonna like.
Well, it sounds like a sheet of paper, but I guess you're referring to what's on the sheet of paper.
It's a wanted poster of you. They've nicknamed you the Runaway.
A wanted poster! That's so great!
But in her adulthood, that very same attitude led her in the exact opposite direction, becoming the authority figure herself.
I told you, I have this under control.
Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't get involved. But if what those victims said is true, we're not dealing with a normal criminal.
Fine. Follow me, Twinkle Toes.
Toph, I'm 40 years old. You think you can stop with the nicknames?
Afraid not.
A role that she took seriously enough to pass down to her daughter.
What were you thinking? And what were you thinking? You two have put me in an impossible position.
You're mad at me? She's the one who was running around with criminals.
This is all your fault.
I was doing my job.
All right, enough!
Speaking of her children, let's talk about her relationships. Toph certainly had a rocky relationship with her daughters. leaving them both to feel like they wanted more out of their relationship with their mother.
So, how long has it been since you two have seen each other?
Little while now. Couple of years.
Try 20.
Time flies when you get to be my age. I'm surprised you came to save Sue. I thought you guys didn't get along.
Sue and I finally worked out our old grievances.
Good. Glad we can put all that behind us.
Right.
But when she was a kid, it was her who craved more out of her relationship with her parents.
I know it's probably hard for you to see me this way, but the obedient little helpless blind girl that you think I am just isn't me. I love fighting. I love being an earthbender. And I'm really, really good at it. I know I've kept my life secret from you, but you were keeping me secret from the whole world. You were doing it to protect me. But I'm 12 years old and I've never had a real friend.
Not sure if that makes it a similarity or a difference, but if you think about it, in both cases, Toph's relationship with her family members is less than ideal, leading to some feelings of anger and resentment.
Lynn, I can feel your enraged breathing from here. Just say what you have to say and let's get it over with.
Just get it over with? Yeah, let's not linger on the fact that I grew up without a dad. No need to get all touchy-feely about it. Just one of those things, right?
Hey, I forgave you for all your garbage a long time ago, and Sue and I worked things out. You're the only one who wants to hold on to this family drama nonsense for the rest of your life.
Forgave me for what? And not knowing my dad is nonsense to you? It was pretty important to me, and until now you would never even discuss it. You know, after Sue and I patched things up, I thought, maybe I should try to reach out to Mom. But now that we're together again, I remember why we stopped talking. You make me furious, and you don't even know why. And when I tell you, you don't care. Once we save Sue, you and I are finished.
Those feelings are only masking the love that she truly does feel for her family.
Sometimes Katara does act motherly, but that's not always a bad thing. She's compassionate and kind, and she actually cares about me. You know, the real me. That's more than my own mom. Don't ever tell her I said any of this.
Hey, my lips are sealed.
Which means, young or old, Toph is always there for the ones she loves.
Thanks for coming to save us, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Chief. I'm sorry for what I said last night. It was just, you know.
Look, I know I wasn't a great mother, but one way or another, I ended up with two great kids. Good enough to risk my bony old butt for, anyway. If you can just find some way not to hate me, maybe that's enough. At least for me.
Even if the road is a little rocky, if you look closely, Toph did experience some growth throughout the series, while still remaining one of the most consistent characters in the Avatar world.
Enough. Enjoy the ride back to the city with the gum flapper here.
But what do you think? Are there more ways Toph changed through the years? What about the ways she's stayed the same? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
That was terrible.
Maybe for you, I had a great time.